That is all I got to say about this game. What's up, y'all? This is Brandon, and this is my review of Resident Evil Village. Now, I have never played a Resident Evil game. Not one, not one. I have never played a Resident Evil game before in my life. So I went into this, and before I did, I watched a little prologue of of what happened before Resident Evil 7 before I played this. And let me tell you, you can play this game without even knowing what happened in the previous games, because this is kind of its own separate story. But this game was incredible. It was incredible. And on the Series X, these graphics look amazing. They look just freaking amazing. They look amazing. And the game was incredible. I don't know why the story pulled me in so much, but it did. I mean, the characters were engrossing. The story was engrossing. I'm just like, how have I never played Resident Evil before? How have I never played it before? And I popped this in, and I'm just like, it got me from like the first 2 minutes. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is great. This is great. And basically, you are Ethan Winters, and I guess you're living a new life with your wife somewhere. Then a guy named Chris Redfield comes in, kills your wife, takes your baby, Rose, and they want to transport you somewhere. On the way to be transported somewhere, the car breaks down, or the car gets attacked, whatever, and you end up in this village. And this village is run by this lady called Mother Miranda, and Mother Miranda wants your child. She wants your child. And she possibly has your child. And this village is ran by her, but there's also 4 other figures under her rule. There's Lady Dimitrescu, there's Heisenberg, there's Donna Bienvenido, and there's Moreau also. And these guys are their own heads and their own figures of their own piece of the village, and you have to go through and defeat them. And my favorite of all 4 of those is Lady Dimitrescu, because I think she's the scariest, just because you're going through this huge mansion, and she'll end up like chasing you through the mansion, and you can go into a room and she'll be right there, and you won't know it, and you have to run the other way. And basically, this is your story of trying to go through this village, find out who Mother Miranda is, what all these people are about, and to get your daughter back. But man, it was good. And first, when the wife was killed and the baby was taken, I'm like, this is a lot like Fallout 4. This is the plot of Fallout 4. But it differs in the way that it's, it differs in the way that there's like supernatural stuff happening. In Fallout 4, it's based more on reality. This is more supernatural stuff happening. I guess, yeah, supernatural stuff happening. And it was awesome. The story, that's basically the story. Ethan Winters trying to get your baby back that was taken by Chris Redfield at this village, ran by this supernatural dictator named Mother Miranda. She wants your baby and all this kind of stuff. And that story was it was amazing. It was amazing. And the stuff you go through to get your daughter back, and just there's a lot of twists and turns in this stuff where you're like, oh my gosh, like you didn't see it coming. Like, oh my goodness. And the ending for this. Now, I'm trying to see if I have it correct. I don't want to spoil the game. But the ending, I think it made sense. Like, I don't want to, how do I go through this without spoiling it? Like, what ended up happening? Okay, what ended up happening was, well, I don't want to say it. Let me see. How can I explain this? I'll just say that the ending was not what I expected. And there's a part in the game where you think it's the ending and you're like, did that just really happen? Did that just really happen? So you've been through all this stuff just for that to happen? Towards the end, I'm like, did that really just like I paused it. I'm like, did that really just happen? Did that really just happen? Did that really just happen? It was towards the end of the game, and I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Did that really just happen? Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious? I've never seen a game do that before. But it's very cool how they told that story. And I also love the graphics. The graphics are amazing. There's points where you can just stop and look around and just see how pretty the game is. On the Xbox Series X with those next-gen graphics, it looks amazing. And it runs flawlessly. This game, the loading time is non-existent. It's like 1, 2, loaded. That's it. 1, 2, loaded. That's it. You know, on any other system, it'd be like 30 seconds. This one is like 2 seconds and it loads. It's so quick, so snappy. I love it. I will say that this is the best Resident Evil game I've ever played, because it's the only Resident Evil game I've ever played. If you have any other Resident Evil games you suggest I play, let me know. Like, I know there was like remakes of the original Resident Evil. I guess I possibly could go back and play those. But the way this ended, it obviously leads to another story. Now I want to see where this story goes with the person who this ended with. I want to see where the story goes with the person who it ended with, and where Resident Evil 9 goes, or if you're going to do a side story before you get to Resident Evil 9, whatever you're going to do. Now I'm into the Resident Evil series. See, now I'm into the Resident Evil series, and there's 7 other games I have to play now. I was like, oh my goodness gracious. Now I got to play all these other games. But this was amazing. This was an amazing experience. I'm glad that I popped this game in. Capcom did a great job creating this game. There's also some extra features after you beat the game, showing like the making of some of the scenes, like the production, like where they're wearing the suits and stuff like that, and going through some of the iconic scenes of the game. That was very cool. They have like where you can unlock these figures, and you can see like the 3D figures of the in-game models of the people, and you can just look at all the nice graphics on there. It's so amazing. And then you unlock after the game like the game Mercenaries, or yeah, I think it's called Mercenaries. So very, very cool. Very, very awesome game. I can't say enough good things about it. I loved the characters. I loved the stories. The only thing that I didn't like, I will say this, the only thing I didn't like about it was sometimes the gun controls, the combat controls. Because when I'm shooting, there'd be a zombie coming at me, and I'd be like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I'd be shooting off to the side. Maybe it's because I suck. Maybe it's because I suck. Or because the gun controls are a little bit bad. I'm like, the zombie would be right in front of me, and I'm just like, doosh, 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 and I can't hit it. And I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? We have limited ammo. It is a survival horror game where you have to use all your resources to craft ammo and not waste any ammo that you can. And I'm sitting here shooting push, 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 off to the side because I can't hit it. So I feel like maybe they could have fine-tuned the combat system a little bit better, and I would have given this a perfect score. And also the Duke. I like the Duke. The Duke was just, I like him. He's just sitting there. He just chills. He's the guy that you sell stuff to, and that he's the guy you sell stuff to, and he's the guy you buy stuff from, to get money and to buy new guns and to buy stuff for crafting and bullets and all that stuff. He's the guy. He appears throughout the game, and he helps you with progression for weapons and ammo and stuff like that. And the save points in this game. At first when I started playing, I didn't know how to save. I'm like, how do you save this game? How do you save the game? It's like you find these typewriters at various points in the game, and you go through these typewriters, and that's how you save the game, is by going to a typewriter. And I'm like, there could be one, you could find a typewriter and then play for an hour before you find another one. So I'm like, if you save at that typewriter, you better not die before you get to the next typewriter or to an important event, because you're going to go all the way back. So you need to be very careful, which adds more to that survival horror element, because you better not die or you're going to go all the way back. So, but yeah, loved the game. I thought it was amazing. So I am going to give Resident Evil Village an A. It deserves an A. It was incredible. It was incredible, and I can't wait to play the next one. It was incredible, and I can't wait to play the next one. If you've played Resident Evil 8 Village, let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section below. And if you haven't, I highly recommend it. So, this is Brandon. Thanks for watching. Peace.